I'm Novena Carmel, host of Morning Becomes Eclectic on 89.9 KCRW here in Los Angeles. And here with Adrian Younge, also from Los Angeles.
Yes.
And it's so good to be here with you. Adrian and I go way back. I think I may have hosted like one of your first Jazz is Dead shows.
Absolutely.
At the Lodge Room.
Absolutely. Yes, you did.
I was the MC.
Yes.
I met my boyfriend at one of your shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in a band, yeah, so thank you.
Of course.
And you know, it's funny because it's like, whenever I connect with you, you have so many things constantly going on that I wouldn't even do you justice to like introduce you with a bio about your projects, because there's always a new project.
Yeah.
I mean, from Linear Labs to Jazz is Dead, which is nearly 10 years now, to your record store and hair salon, Artform, your personal projects, your collaborations with folks like Ghostface Killah and Snoop, and then all of the Jazz is Dead releases with so many legends. I mean, Ebo Taylor, Tony Allen. So what are you up to right now?
Well, I'll start off with saying this. I think thinking about all of us here together, thinking about this place, thinking about you, Discogs, everything. And I was just kind of thinking about the things that we do in life, right? Because most of us are just about our passions. We live through our passions, right? And I just think about everything I learned, because my first label was Wax Poetics, and like we just were brothers. Like when we did Black Dynamite, that's a whole story. But it's interesting because we're always, like I said, following our passions and just discovering more things. But in a weird way, a lot of the things that we do, there's already an article in Wax Poetics that was written like, like 20 years ago or something, So I just kind of think about that as we're getting older and we're just doing more things. And like, for me, I do a lot of things because I'm not supposed to make money doing what I do.
Wait, because
I'm not supposed to make money because I don't make whack pop music, right? My whole life is based on being in like this false reality. And in my false reality, I'm like really amazing, right? And I make music and art for this audience in my head, and I always try to impress them. But then when I go back into reality, I don't know who cares about it, But my whole life is that circle. So I say all this to say, I have to do so many things just to make sure that the lights stay on, And in doing that for so long, I've become really like efficient in doing that, and then I've been able to kind of make some money doing it, So you asked, what am I doing?
Sorry.
So I'm making records. We're doing concerts. We're just honestly every day, like wake up, it's like a playground, So in my Linear Labs, so I have a studio called Linear Labs in Los Angeles, and it's an all analog studio, but like I cut vinyl in there. I make my records all analog. We have a dark room in there where we shoot, develop, and like everything all the fun stuff is in the studio. So when you ask me what I'm doing, it's like we're not here for that. We're here, but I'm doing a lot, man. I'm just like making music, doing touring,
Yeah. No, I mean, you're definitely doing enough. I mean, I know that you have there's I'll look on Spotify today or something, and there's a single that was just released for one of the most recent Jazz is Dead releases.
Yes.
So that's what I meant when I was as of this week, your latest thing. But I love everything that you just said.
Yeah,
I'm also curious what the audience that's in your mind looks like, that you said that you're creating stuff
The audience in my mind, they're really good-looking people.
Okay.
There's like a lot of really good, stylish, good-looking people. And they've been sticking with me for a while, so.
They're all here in this room right now.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, do you guys know you're actually in my head?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have a record store. That's one of the many things that is in the Artform studio. It's such a cool combination of things, record and hair
salon.
services.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I've gotten my hair done there.
Yes,
I've DJ'd there before.
Yes.
I just love how our worlds get to overlap so much, and they bring us here today.
Absolutely.
When you're curating for your record store, how do you go about doing that?
I haven't, for the last couple years, I let Sherry take take all that. And so like I've been more focused on just making records now. So, but as far as the curation and how we've been doing this, because we've had it for like almost 20 years now. Basically, Artform essentially was like a duplication of my record collection. And what I would do is, if I'm buying a record, I got to make sure I buy another one to be in the store. So it's one of those things where I didn't want, I wanted the store to be a space where people could come in and learn about music, like an actual music store, you know? And I learned so much about just the evolution of what records mean to people and everything. And again, I've been DJing since the 90s, so just everything I have, like stuff that we love, the next generation doesn't know, and then that next generation doesn't know, and that next generation doesn't know, you know? So like a $3 record to us is now a $200 record to them. It's like, yo, y'all paying $200 for that? Okay, cool, you know? But the thing is that it would be an expansion and duplication of my record collection, because I always wanted, like when I would travel, I would always want to go to record stores that have just a bunch of dope records. So in my record store, there's a lot of records I wouldn't have because you could just find those easily at another record store. So I'm looking for the cool record that's jazz covers of like Michael Jackson or something, or like just stuff that you don't necessarily find at regular record stores.
That's
so
cool.
That's the experience that I always wanted to have in the record store.
And it is a tight collection too, so that makes it exciting to just kind of go through and see what gems you'd come across that you've never heard of.
Yes.
A lot of people go in and they're looking for particular records, but it's like you didn't know that you needed this record or that it even existed when you come across something like that you just described.
But you know what's interesting? Like the record store has evolved. The notion of like most people that buy records don't actually own a record player.
Oh.
Because records have become something beyond just I'm buying this to listen to it. Records have become something that's aspirational. Like somebody saying, I'm gonna buy a suit because I want to rock a suit one day. I'm gonna buy that suit because I want to rock that one. But they're not rocking the suit. They know they're gonna rock that someday. So like just records in a digital world, records to me mean even more because records are really time capsules to me. You know, and there's something that will always exist. It's something that is never left. You know, so I remember just like 15 years ago, people in their 30s coming in to the record store and saying like, do you guys have those big CDs, the big CDs?
No.
Yeah, we got the big CDs. These are big CDs.
No.
I'm not joking with you. I remember two women, they had to be like young 20s, like, oh my God, he has a record. And they're talking about LL Cool J because they think he's an actor.
Oh, interesting.
So it's interesting to see what records mean to different people, but also just even watching my daughters. I have a 21-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old daughter, and watching them build their collection. These are people that grew up listening to music on their phone, right? And I'm looking like, are they willing to pay money for this record? I mean, they never pay for it, right? It's daddy. Okay, so but do they find value in getting that? And what's really cool is that it's not that they just find value in it. They want the record frame to put it on their wall. So like records, I always say that there's nothing that'll get you closer to the artist outside of seeing them perform live. It's having their vinyl. And that's something that I just continue to see generation through the record store, through my children, through their friends, and to us. We love records, you know?
Let's listen to some records. What do you have for us today,
man.
Adrian
Yo,
Younge?
man, I got goodies, yo. I got goodies, okay? Let's see here. Let's start with this one. And you guys familiar with Latyrx? Yeah? That was not a strong woo. That was like...
Bay Area. Did somebody say Bay Area?
Yeah, this is like...
This is a crazy one. You started with like a crazy one.
Yes, I did start with a crazy one. But I kind of wanted to show how this record, what it means to me, right? So this record came out in '97. And for me, I'm a child of hip hop. Like, hip hop really taught me everything because hip hop is the breakage of vinyl culture. Hip hop went back and said, okay, that country's cool because they have dope breaks. Jazz is cool because they have these little drum, like everything. And hip hop turned that into something, regurgitated it for us to then look at the sample and then go back. So in '97, for me, it marked a time in my life where I just, being deeply involved in the hip hop culture, things started to change. The music started to change. The music was not made for the culture as much anymore, right? And I was just starting to look for different kinds of music that gave me the same feeling that I got like when I would first hear a Tribe or a Wu-Tang or whatever. Something that was visceral and different. So I remember hearing this record and I was just blown away. I was blown away by what they were doing lyrically. I was blown away by the production. And in many ways, this record inspired me to become a lot of kind of who I am as far as my perspective as a producer today. Would you guys like to hear a song from me?
And the Mormons can't explain the stars reflected in their corneas. It makes their hearts beat hard against their corsets, which bops they lockets up against their foreheads. And it was a little girl's mind up in the orbit. She had a floor in little Dolly Woman's face.
That's crazy.
So, so it's lyrics born in Latif, and before I came here, Latif lives in France now. So it's late when I was talking, but I was texting, and I was asking him like, yo, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Because when I heard it, when I heard it, it's one of those things I just stopped in my tracks because I never heard hip hop like that.
Yeah.
So production-wise, that's DJ Shadow at his finest, first of all, right? And the way that Shadow, the kind of samples that he was using and the way that he was using samples showed a real, like hip hop kept evolving. And then in '97, around that time, you were making the decision that you're doing like the Puff Daddy stuff, or you're making music for the culture and you continue to push. What Shadow was doing in production on that, but also what they were doing lyrically, would only really make sense if you understood what hip hop needed at that time. So I asked him, I said, first of all, why did you guys do that? What were you thinking? And he was saying, well, we're trying to figure out like something different to do on the track. And we were watching Beanie Man and Shabba Ranks doing, it was like some kind of sound clash. And he was saying, what was interesting is that when they were unintentionally kind of singing on top of each other, they found that interesting. So what they decided to do, because they recorded this in a basement at some jazz dude's basement, engineer, and they set up their microphones to face each other and they wrote everything together, but they synchronized it so that they could kind of rap with each other, against each other, to get to the climax to where you could hear it sounding like a CD skipping to get back on the beat. So my thing is, hearing this for the first time in '97 just kind of blew me away, and that's like when I was getting deep in like Portishead and then this other really cool avant-garde kind of next level hip hop stuff that was based on stuff that was happening in the '60s and '70s. So that's Latyrx. You guys want to hear some more music?
Yes.
Let's keep it hip hop.
Okay.
Let's keep it hip hop right now. So Monk Higgins, I love this record. Usually when I DJ, I'm spinning 45s because it's easy to travel with. I just like 45s. But when I'm spinning full-length records, this is always one I carry with me. And it's interesting because whenever a record gets sampled in hip-hop, then that record's value just goes straight up. And Discogs is in the building. You could ask them. It just goes, it skyrockets, right? So I remember just digging through records, and I was like, yo, I ain't never seen this Monk Higgins. And then as soon as I played this song, I was like, oh my God, that's the sample. So I'll play it and see if anybody recognizes the sample.
Oh, so you recognize it as being a sample in another song when you heard it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so what's the
Code of the Streets, Gangstar.
Gangstar? It's one of
Code
those things where I know I've heard it, but I just
Yeah.
like it was an era when a lot of things were kind of sampled like that.
No, I got you.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
no, it's like that. I remember hearing that Gangstar Code of the Streets. I'm like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and then just finding the record. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. But you know, something that's very interesting about this song, Little Green Apples, it was actually written as a country song.
Oh yeah, Cleveland Francis.
I think it's like Bobby Russell or
Okay.
something. But like different
Cleveland
people
Francis
covered
did-
it.
yeah, he must have done a
It's like
cover,
O.C.
yeah.
Smith did the cover, like different people, but it was written as like a country song. And on this album, Monk Higgins wanted to do a bunch of like funky, soulful jazz renditions of different popular songs. This next album, this is like one of my all-time favorite groups on the planet is King Crimson. I always tell people that my favorite era of music is from 68 to 73. And to me, new music are just records I haven't heard before, because I don't really listen to much modern music. I'm like, that audience in my head, they ain't buying nothing from today. That's the problem. Like, they love records from back then. Even though this is 74. King Crimson represent this, because I always say, like with music, everybody has what I define as a core. And throughout your life, you listen to a bunch of different music that gets you closer and closer to your core. And once you reach your core, you know your core. If you think back when we were younger, there was a lot of trash we loved, right? But there was something about that trash, though, that got us to the next thing, that got us to the next thing, that got us to the next thing, right? So for me, psychedelic soundtrack type music from 68 to 73 is by far my core. And you could kind of see how like a Wu-Tang or a Portishead and like Air, all these people were just really kind of riffing off a lot of this from Stax to KPM library music to all that kind of stuff to make something new into the 90s. But then again, this hip hop stuff is taking us back to look at this treasure trove of amazing music that people were making, but didn't realize what that music would mean for the future. Because again, I look at vinyl as time capsules, right? The song I want to play from this album is called Starless. And this song is literally the main reason I have an instrument called the Mellotron. And the Mellotron, for those of you that don't know, is essentially, it's kind of like the first sampling keyboard. If you know the song Strawberry Fields, that flute samples, and the Mellotron, it would sample like 11 seconds of an instrument, and you would take these big tapes and put them in there, and you would play. But what happened was that it started to replace the orchestras, and the musicians union started, they were filing suit against Mellotron, all that stuff. But the opening of this song is them using this Mellotron to create their kind of version of an orchestra. But when I listen to it, it's like the illest thing to sample, but at the same time, this is the kind of music that really inspired my journey and is something that kind of speaks to my core.
I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Because when you said that the orchestra was suing the Mellotron for like kind of taking their job,
Exactly.
it makes me think of the things that freak us out today about a
Absolutely.
new technology taking someone's
Absolutely.
job.
Absolutely. It was something that's very interesting is, I mean, we're playing records, right? But records took people's jobs. Like, you got to understand this is a cyclical thing that happens with music, right? Technology comes in and there's just some people that don't have a job anymore, right? Like, there was a time when a lot of modern pop music was really dope. People like that don't got jobs anymore because they make dope music. You know, so.
Does it
anyway.
make you hopeful when you look at it that way? Like that it's just normal, you know, that because technology is always gonna.
It's very normal.
Yeah.
Like my thing is that, because we're really talking about AI a lot, right now. And I think AI is great, right? Because AI, like for what I do, AI doesn't do that. But for what other people do when they're just trying to make products, they're competing against each other. But I don't belong in that world. And I'm not saying that arrogantly, I just really say it as a matter of fact. Like I don't listen to a bunch of pop stuff. I'm really into records and people that love classic records, you know? So I think technology is great and people can make choices, and if it works for them, you know, it's cool. You know? I mean, so anyway, let's listen to some technology. Listen to some technology.
Cutting edge technology.
After this album, or really when they were making this, they started to disband. But like, if you don't know about King Crimson, you should, and you dig this kind of stuff, don't be afraid to dig deep into their discography because, and they've been sampled by like Kanye, so many people, you know. But
the thing you noted about them disbanding is interesting because another technology thing they used, these photos were taken separately because they weren't getting along, and then they had to like Photoshop them together. I mean, it was composite.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's my understanding.
Wow.
So they're like, all right,
There
you
you
show
go.
up this day, you show up that day.
There you go.
And you're a group. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
That's one of the cool things too, you know, when you look at the covers just of the album itself.
Time
It's the
capsules,
time
right?
capsule of like what was happening for them. And then you can start looking at their faces. He's the most pissed off about what's happening. And this guy's over it. He's like, hey, it is what it is.
Absolutely. The next record I have, this one, man. So one thing about records that I love, I have a very strange fascination with cover records, like cover songs. Like I collect a lot of covers. And I didn't know I was weird until one day, right? So
One day.
yeah, I'll tell you. I didn't know I was weird until before this. Are any of you guys familiar with the movie Black Dynamite at all? Okay. All right. So when we were working on that movie, it was me and Michael Jai White, who plays Black Dynamite. He was in my car, and we were driving. I had a CD that I burned with 24 versions of Walk On By. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm just fucking rolling, just playing this. He's like, bro, why am I hearing the same song over and over? And I'm like, oh, okay, let me put something else different on. But I never, like, I love covers so much that I never knew somebody couldn't listen to the same cover song 20 times or whatever in the car.
That's so funny.
Anyway, so this is playing this cover song for Mike Jai White. This is a crazy album. It's Mexican covers of Barry White.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is a very difficult album to find. It's interesting because I have a few other covers of Barry White stuff. And Barry White, Barry White's from Compton, Wax Poetics. That's how I learned about all this stuff. He's from Compton, and then the studio where he was recording all this stuff was actually in Glendale. But the Barry White sound is immaculate. This record's not the greatest sounding record, but it's fucking dope as hell.
Do you remember where you got it?
I think I actually got it on Discogs.
Oh.
Seriously.
Well.
Because I saw this record, somebody put something up on like, it was like IG or something. And then I saw the record, I was like, I've never seen that record before. And then I just went searching for it. I'm 99% sure I got it on Discogs.
Feels so good. You lying here next to me.
Did anybody else here think they were going to be in Spanish? Yes. So they're like Mexican bands singing in English, perhaps?
Like, I'm assuming.
So interesting.
I know, what I do know is that guy's not a black guy. I know that for sure. However,
But
I'm assuming it's a Mexican record, so I'm assuming
yeah.
it's like some Mexican dude.
Yeah.
But I can't find any information on this record at all.
Nunca, nunca renunciaré a ti.
Yes.
They have the Spanish
and it's,
names.
Barry White Sound Alike Orchestra.
Right. It's sort of like, you know, when you advertise and people might pick this up thinking it's Barry White.
Of course.
And they're bamboozled. And it's like, you didn't read the fine print. It says sound alike.
Exactly. But the whole record is just a really cool.
I liked it.
Oh, yo, dude, it's
It
funky
was
as hell.
so funky and weird.
It's funky, but again, you're listening to music from a time when most people played instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like so they're great. They're great players, you know, it's just, you know, they do.
The cover is so cool too.
The cover is cool.
Right? I love
That's
it.
not a Blackberry White. It's not a Blackberry
He's
White.
Latino.
Exactly. So my next record, my last record that I want to play is, to me, so with Jazz is Dead. Those of you that don't know what Jazz is Dead is, it's a record label. We do concerts. We tell stories. But one thing that we've done is worked with a lot of Brazilian artists. And we got super deep into Brazilian culture. To the point we even hired Brazilian people that just moved from Brazil and said, hey, can we work with you? And we've been working with, we love them. That's my friend Leo over here. That's my fellow. But anyway, we're super inspired by Brazil. And for those of you that haven't really got into Brazilian records, for me, Brazilian records were like discovering Black American records for the first time. Like it's a treasure trove, because like you could travel around the world and try to find, like I said, your core. You could find, you know, you could go to Paris, you could find dope records, but Brazilian records, it's just it's deep because they had a big thriving record business back in the day. This record, to me, is probably is top 5 Brazilian records for me. It's Elis and Antônio. And if any of you guys get the chance, you should watch. There's a documentary that came out on the making of this album. Elis, Regina, and Tom Jobim are icons, Brazilian icons. And they came together to record this album here in Los Angeles. So if you watch that movie, you could see them kind of getting off the plane and getting ready to record this album. And I don't want to tell too much of the story, but they made something that is one of the most beautiful Brazilian records you can ever find.
I love this album so much.
In fact, you know, one of the engineer on this album is the same engineer that's on the We Are the World documentary.
Oh, interesting.
The Netflix one?
Yeah.
It's the same. I was like, oh, dude, I know you, bro.
The thing worth underlining too is individually they're the most important Brazilian artists. So Elis Regina on her own, like the most important female vocalist in Brazil of all time, basically. And the same thing for Antônio
Jobim.
Carlos Jobim,
Jobim,
as a composer and songwriter and everything.
Right.
So them coming together is like...
Them coming together in LA and kind of not even feeling each other at first, and then creating an album that is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
Like watching this documentary, you kind of see them come together and make something beautiful. Like there's a respect level you see them gaining for each other, and the product is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful album.
É pau, é pedra, é o fim do caminho, é o resto de tudo, é pouco sozinho, é caco de vidro, é a vida e o sol, é a noite, é a morte, é laço anzol, é peroba do carro,
é o nó da madeira, é o mate da pereira,
é madeira de ferro.
One thing I want to say about this album, another reason why it means so much to me is I created an album with her, Samantha Schmütz, right here. She's a Brazilian. She's a insanely huge extras. And we came together here in LA to make, I want to leave this here. This is my album with her.
Yeah.
I want to leave this here. But it was based on our love for music and our love for culture and bringing these cultures together. And like we made something inspired by just a lot of Brazilian music, but like the relationship that they had and the respect that they had and the attention to detail that they had.
And is the image sort of like an homage? Because I mean,
Absolutely.
I've seen video of them singing that song
Exactly.
together, and they have headphones on just
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
So this is so yeah, watch the video on YouTube. Just put their name in and you'll see a video, and that's part of the documentary you see.
Yeah.
Them, but like
It's
this
so
is
good.
me and Samantha, and you could kind of see the 70s kind of inspiration behind it and all that stuff. Play a
Oh,
song.
yeah.
I can play a song, and that's cool.
Yes. It's like the encore kind
It's
of,
an encore?
right? Yeah.
Appreciate you guys being here, and thank
Yes.
you, Novena.
Adrian Younge, thank you so much.
Cool.
Amazing. Love your picks.
Thank you. Big hug. Love you.
Love you.